Okay, let me turn this off. That is Damage by Her, Her. Damage is the song. Outstanding song, by the way. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Keith K.L. Belvin here. Let me do my formal introduction so you know exactly who I am. I am Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist, author, and educator. And I come on every day to try to uplift, entertain, educate, and to inform. And hopefully I am doing that. And if you don't know about me, well, I work with women, couples, and the occasional man that's willing to check his ego and come to the table to work with me in trying to figure out how we can deal with the traumas and the problems that have gone on or are going on in your life. This is what I do. I'm currently building mental health ministries in churches here in the Delaware area, but also abroad. And what I mean abroad, in other states, because I am able to do it virtual. And I literally help churches set up programs where they can assist their parishioners in getting the mental health services that they need. We are a grassroots company, but we are growing. And so I'm super excited by that. And I wanted to say that this morning. And if you want some information on the mental health ministries, reach out. I can send you some material, and or we can jump on a call, which I would love to do, love to talk to. Also, let me give a shout out to our sponsor. All right, Chef Danielle. Now, you can check her out on Instagram at BK Chef Danielle, at BK Chef Danielle on Instagram. My New Yorkers, please pay attention. Or if you have family in New York, tell them to go to Brooklyn. Why? Because they're going to go to and Ellie and Anna Mae's Soul Food Kitchen. I'm sorry, Ethel and Anna Mae's Soul Food. And that's N with an N, not A-N or A-N-D. Ethel and Annie Mae's Soul Food Kitchen at 497 Albany Avenue in Crown Heights, New York. All right? Ethel and Annie Mae's Soul Food Kitchen, 497 Albany Avenue, Crown Heights, New York. Make sure you go to Instagram at BK Chef Danielle on Instagram. Let me tell you something. When you go by her Instagram page and look at the pictures of her food, it's going to make you want to fly all the way to Brooklyn. And when I go home to check out my sons and to check out other family and friends in BK, I will be stopping by to check out Chef Danielle to support, because the one thing I do have to say about this sister is she is true about what she does. She loves her food. She loves her people, and it comes through in what she does. Her food is made with love. And I'm going to tell you something. That's what it's about. And this is what we have to do. We have to support. She is supporting me, so I am going to support her. So I am just super excited by the fact that she is a sponsor. So if you want to be a sponsor, come on the HAPS app, which you are watching me on right now, and you can sign up to be a sponsor. Anything that I make from the sponsorships goes back into the businesses that I run, because my job is to try to help people. So wherever the assistance comes, that's what I do. Now, with that said, oh man, forgiveness starts with self. That's what we're talking about today. Forgiveness starts with self. Now, you may go, what are you talking about? Ladies, listen to me. And yes, I said ladies. Now, men, if you haven't paid attention to me, you know I speak mostly to the ladies, but I'm not excluding you. Brothers, anytime you need help, reach out. I just find speaking to the ladies, it helps me reach you. You know why? You don't listen to me, you listen to the ladies. So when I talk to the ladies, they go home, tell the brothers, and then the brothers call. I got you. Either way, I'm ready. So, ladies, listen to me. Forgiveness starts with self, and I'm going to tell you why. Before you can truly forgive anyone, now hear me on this. Before you can truly forgive anyone, you have to be okay with the idea of forgiveness. It's super important, because if you're trying to forgive begrudgingly, and what that means is if you're trying to forgive somebody, but you're still in a position of anger, you're still in a position of hurt, you're still in a position of dismay, you can't honestly offer or accept or even deal with forgiveness. When somebody hurts us, it's natural to be discontent with that person. It's natural to be angry, upset, all of those things. But true forgiveness, you start with self. And you do that by acknowledging it didn't break you. Acknowledging that, yeah, you were damaged. Yeah, he or she, I want to be fair, it's 2021. Somebody did mention that to me. Let me just go off on a quick tangent. Ladies and gentlemen, when you hear me speak of my representation of couples, I'm coming from a position of what works with me for me. I don't purposely exclude other identifications. I don't. I am speaking from what my focus is. But please take what I say, take the meat, throw away the bone. And if you feel that I've slighted you, that is not my intent. I apologize. I speak from a position of which I identify. But I never want it to be taken in the wrong way. I have no animus for anybody and how they identify, who they love, who they want to be with. I am for it all. Just because I don't add it, excuse me, to my everyday speech does not mean that I'm anti what you are. We can sit at the table and I don't have to wave your flag to support who you are. Please understand that. All right. So I've gotten some good messages on the inbox and I've gotten some negative ones. I take them all because you're not going to bully me, but I'm here to talk and I'm open and I love to have the conversations. And the reason being is because I believe everybody should be respected. I believe everybody's position, you have to excuse me. I believe everybody's position should be respected. But with that said, when I'm coming from my platform, with what I do, it is what it is. All right? All right, guys. So again, what I'm saying is, in reference to starting with you, is you have to absorb the pain, dispense it, and then figure out how you're going to heal. That's where I come in. I help people heal. So one of the things that I do when I'm sitting with somebody is to get them to understand that if you're not ready to forgive somebody, you don't have to right now. If you're honest with yourself, you go, Keith, I'm just not ready. Okay. Because no one's going to push you into forgiving. Now, the person who hurt you may want you to get past it, may want you to get over it, may say a whole lot of things to you. This is about you, baby. This is about you getting yourself where you need to be. And if you can't get there on your own, then you reach out to someone like me where we can sit across from each other. And this is why counseling is necessary. This is why therapy is necessary. I think too often we turn to family and friends who don't have certain skills and they don't practice it. I do this daily. I'm counseling pretty much every day, except Sunday. I don't work on Sundays. And one of the things that I have to deal with is I have to deal with where somebody is, what level they're at with their emotions, what level they're at with their pain. And forgiveness has to come pain-free. Now, you're not going to forget. We know that. I hear people on a regular, I can forgive them, but I ain't going to forget. I can hear the animus in your voice. You're not ready. You're not ready. Because forgiveness is never about pain. And again, the reason why it starts with you and it's about you is because you are releasing the person you're forgiving. Listen, we're good. You did what you did. Go ahead. You're just releasing the person. Forgiveness is just your way of saying, go ahead. We're all right. I'm good. And you will be. Now, that doesn't mean that the work that's required to repair the damage done is going to be complete. No. But forgiveness is something that can help with that repair. And I know it's hard. And I want to say this to anyone that's watching. Anyone that I may have hurt, I believe I said I'm sorry, but if I didn't, let me just say this to anybody watching me right now that I may have hurt, mistreated, and done badly. I'm sorry. And I mean that. I have done some things in my life that I am not proud of. I have misused people or have done things with people that I shouldn't have done, and I want to say I'm sorry. And I mean that. I can't go back and change the past. All I can do is honor the fact that I'm sorry that I did it. And that's one of the things that you have to realize, that true forgiveness. And when I ask people to forgive me, I understand if they say no. I understand if they go, I don't even want to talk to you. I get it. I get it. That's why I'm saying to anybody watching, and I don't know who needed to hear this morning. I come on every day to try to bring something to the table that's going to help make your day a little brighter or just give you something to run with. So that's why I speak mostly to the ladies, because I know the damage that I've caused and I'm here to try to fix it. That's my way of giving back. So one of the things that I need you to do, ladies, is if you're not ready to forgive, don't. But the question then becomes, are you getting help? Because if we're stuck in a pattern of anger, if we're stuck in a pattern of anti-positivity, and wrap that in whatever you want to wrap it in, then what happens is we can't be the full us. You can't be the full you. And then that's when hate creeps in. And when hate creeps in, you literally can become paralyzed. Now, go with me on this. Put a 1 in the chat room if you've identified this in yourself or you've seen it in your friends. Okay, ready? You've seen yourself or a friend hate somebody so bad that they're watching them do well, hating them, and they're paralyzed where they are. But yet the person they're hating isn't even thinking about them, has gone on with their life. He's not even concerning you. She's not even concerning you. If that is something that you've seen, put a 1 in the chat room. If that's you, put a 1 in the chat room. We won't know either way, so please feel comfortable putting it there. And remember, I'm on multiple platforms, so if you want me to pay direct attention, at me. Now, I didn't say how many people we're going to share this with today, so we're going to go with 3 today. Let's share this with 3 people. Let's like this, let's share this, and let's tag 3 people who need to hear this. So again, I'm going to come back and count those ones. I really do. I come back and I check, and I get into the conversations when I can. We have seen some people, and if you're one of them, I get it, who will literally hate the person who hurt them, so much so that they'll be paying attention to what they do, hating them even more while they're growing and they're maturing and they become something different, while part of you is still stuck where you are because of your hate. It's hard to forgive from that position. That's why I said forgiveness starts with you. Now, one of the hardest things that I have to do when I'm counseling is when you attempt to hold that mirror up, and that's what I do. I hold the mirror up so you can see what I see. When you're trying to draw a person out of that darkness, often they don't want to come out. Let me say that again. Often, when people are stuck in the darkness of hate, they don't want to come out. When I was teaching the movie 187, I created a lesson behind the movie 187 with Samuel Jackson, and I forget the young man's name. He's been in acting for so many years, the Latino gentleman, but his name was Cesar. And towards the end of the movie, it's a very good movie, and I created a very good lesson behind it. At the end of the movie, Samuel Jackson, who had been attacked early in the movie, when he said, "Isn't this what you respect, this macho bull? Is this what you respect? Is this what you respect?" And Cesar said, "It's all I got." He was so damaged that being macho, being just being the stupid, just that attention was all that he felt he had. And when Samuel Jackson was like saying, no matter how many of y'all I've tried to help, it don't change. And then homeboy stands up, that's all I got. And some people Their hate is all they have. They'll tell you, I ain't worried about them. I don't care what he doing. I don't care what him and his new lady doing. And you can feel the hate oozing out of them. So the hard part for me is to go down into that darkness and get them to come out. Well, here's the crazy part. They don't want to come out. So here's what I do. I take my candle and I go down into that darkness with you. I come down into your darkness cave and I illuminate the situation. I illuminate what's going on with you. I brighten what you're trying to keep dark. Now, here's the key thing with the way that I counsel. I then ask you, are you ready to go? Because here's what's important, and this is why I said forgiveness starts with you. I can sit in that cave with you, the hour a week, the hour every 2 weeks, and we can talk, and we can chew the fat and cut it up. But at some point, if you want to get healed, see, the healing's not on me. See, I bring my light. If you want to get healed, you have to agree to come out of this dark with me. Because my goal is to take my light, bring it to your candle, illuminate your candle, and then lead you out of this place right here. And once you're in a better area, then it's to teach you how to stay there. So a couple of different parts to what I do as a counselor. And I have said in the last 3 months, I'm not muting my voice for anyone. I made that mistake. I literally got quiet. No longer. I'm going to come on every day that I get the chance to, and I'm going to share what God places on my spirit. I'm going to share these talents that God has given me. I'm going to keep my past in the rear view and use it as a jetpack to push me forward and to try to help as many people as I can. So now, here's what I want you to ask yourself. Where are you at? Are you in that darkness because you can't just get to the point to forgive the person that hurt you? Are you in the process of leaving that darkness, but you're just not sure how you can get to a place where everything will be okay? Or are you away from that darkness, but your worry is that you're going to return to it because when you hear their name or when you see them, it is a problem? And if you're completely removed from any of that and you've put all that behind you, who are you helping to get to where you are? Yeah. If you made it out of that darkness, if you're able to forgive that ex, I don't care what he did, we good, me and the kids is good, whatever. If you were able to get there, when or how are you helping other people? I do that too. I connect with those who are doing well, listen to them, get their information, stories, whatever. And then I go back into that darkness and I go, hey, there's some people up there doing pretty good. Here's one, for example. So I don't know who needed to hear this morning. I don't know who's sitting right now and there's just somebody that they can't forgive or they can't forgive themselves. How did I let her do this to me? How did I let him do this to me? Again. Well, things repeat themselves when they're not dealt with. Those who fail to remember history are doomed to repeat it. The reason why some things will continue to happen is because you have not made certain changes, and by not releasing it, you're doomed to repeat it. Put a 1 in the chat room if you have gone back and done some things that you should have never done. Put a 1 in the chat room if you have went and done some things that you have not done. Now, I want you to put a 1 in the chat room if you have learned how to forgive yourself. Put a 1 in the chat room if you have learned how to forgive yourself. Put a 2 in the chat room if you have learned how to say I'm sorry. Put a 2 in the chat room if you have learned how to say I'm sorry. And have you been able to say I'm sorry to yourself? See, forgiveness starts with you. When you sit with me, when you hire me, I work with you. That hour, I am yours. Not that way. That's what got me in trouble. But that hour, I'm yours. But not the way that you think. My job for that hour is to chip away at anything that is keeping you from being you. And then we're going to put the tools up. I'm going to give you some things to do for the week. We're going to get together next week or in 2 weeks, and we're going to figure out how to keep working on getting you to be that you love. And if I get you on the road to doing that, I'm great. Because then I'm on to the next cave to help somebody else. But I stay connected as you need me. Understand that my hashtags are simple, but they speak to who I am, what I do, why I do it. My hashtags are simple. I ask every day, bring me your pain, which simply means bring me your problems. Why do I ask that? Why do I say that? Excuse me. Because I believe we can fix this. I believe that when you and I get together, we will be able to come up with some type of solution to your problem. Even if it's not me, I can lead you to someone that can help you or at least be there to support you. So now with all of that said, what do we do? How do we do this? Well, for me, I show up right here. I also have a group on Friday nights, 9:30 to 11:30. Well, actually, I have a group they're there every day, excuse me. But I'm live on Zoom with my wife Friday, 9:30 to 11:30. If you don't want to come on Zoom because that's not your thing, you can watch from the group. But the only way that you can see the Zoom show is by joining the group. It's Unapologetically Keith. If you want to invite, reach out. You can come, and if you want to get in on the conversation, come on. We have many professional adults. It's a safe space. You can come and be whoever you are. All we ask is to be respectful of others' opinions, and I moderate that to make sure that it doesn't spiral down into a whole lot of BS. This ain't reality TV. We're not doing that. What we have is honest conversations where people can give their thoughts and feelings about whatever the subject matter is. And I run that space because for me, with COVID, I know that there's a lot of people not out hitting the clubs and doing whatever. So on a Friday night, if you have some wine, come on and join us. And if you just want to sit and be in on the conversation, but not really have too much to say, I'm not going to let you just sit there. But feel free. We have some folks that sip some wine and relax. But this is what we do. Every Friday, 9:30 to 11 in my Unapologetically Keith Facebook group. And if you want in, let me know. So as I get ready to close, I want to recap this way. True, honest forgiveness starts with you. It starts with you acknowledging where you are. If you're not ready, it's okay. If you are ready, blessings. If you need help, that's what I'm here for. I would love to get on a call with you. I would love to get on a call and explain to you what I do. I would love to get on a call with you and be able to set up something to work with you. This is what I do. But if you're going to suffer in silence, I can't help. I can't fix. I can't even start to try to fix what I don't know. Too often, we sit there and say things like, nobody cares. Ain't nobody going to listen. Yeah, well, there is somebody going to listen. Me, I'm asking you to bring me your pain. I'm telling you to. Don't worry about money. Does it cost? Yes. I'm not going to lie there. Yes, I'm a professional. I'm a professional counselor. I have a professional business. You don't go into McDonald's and ask them to give you a hamburger for free unless they're having a promotion. But I can tell you it's money well spent. Because you're gaining my knowledge, my expertise, my experiences, and any resources that I'm connected to, because I bring it all to the table. And for that hour, I'm all yours. I want to hear. I want to teach. I want to help. I want to help get you out of that dark spot. You know why? Because I want you to sit around with somebody and say, I was here and now I'm not. And if I can do that, then I'm serving God. Let me let you in on a secret before I go. Because of all the nasty dirt that I did, and you got to read my book From Gigolo to Jesus to understand it. I'm actually working on a second edition. The reason why you have to read the book is because I owe. Yes, let me just be 100% transparent. I've done so much dirt in my life that I believe I'm going to hell if I don't fix that. So I get up every day trying to make amends for the things that I've done. I know I can't change it, but what I can do is help change the direction of other people. I try to change the direction of women who have been hurt by men like me. You who may be watching this right now have seen men like I used to be. I try to help couples stay strong when I know my first marriage failed. I try to help men who are connected to other men who promote the foolishness that destroyed a lot of the relationships that they were in. And I do that every day while still trying to be a good father and a good husband. Have I been the greatest husband? Nope. I've been pretty good. I've had my moments. Have I always been the best man that I could be? Of course not. Have I been the best father that I could be? No. 7 children, 6 different women, and 2 of my children don't really talk to me. And I'm okay with that because there's nothing I can do. I can't make them talk to me. I can only make sure that they know that I'm sorry for what I've done or didn't do. The light is on and the door is open. And I pray for them every night before I go to bed. I pray for all my children and I pray for their mothers. Now, my daughter lost her mother, so she's no longer with us. One of my daughters, anyway. And I pray for all of them because honest forgiveness starts with an acceptance. I am okay with me. That is why I started this off with saying to anybody watching, if I hurt you, I'm sorry. And I honestly mean that. I got blood on my ledger, as Black Widow said in the Avengers. I do. But I pray that God will see and understand my heart and know what I've tried to do since I've come to know him. That's how the faith works for me. That's why I don't project it out on anyone. That's why I'm building these mental health ministries in churches, because I know there's people sitting in churches right now who are hurting. I call it the Miss Seeley factor. In Color Purple, Suge Avery is having her moment with her father in church. Everybody's celebrating. We got the juke joint folks and the church patrons. Everybody's partying. God trying to tell you something. And poor Miss Seeley, in so much pain that she can't even smile for her friend who's having a moment that the whole movie she's been trying to get back to her father. And I'm going to be honest with you now. Rock out with me, guys. Here's my Christian folks. There's some prophetic stuff that you're watching here. Let me give you this. Now, I want you to hold on to this. You ready? Because I used movies when I was teaching, and I still do. Let me show you how prophetic that scene is, and you got to pay attention to this. The song, God is trying to tell you something. She's singing as she's walking along the pathway. You can feel in her spirit that song. It touches all of us when we're watching it. She even, a couple of times. God is trying to tell you something as she walking. They can feel it in the church. They looking, where that voice coming from? You could hear her from the street. God is trying to tell you something. Mr. Rocking back and forth. Yeah. She busts up in the church. Look right at her father. God is trying to tell you something. Walks right up to him. And in that moment, the father goes, maybe it's time for me to let my daughter back in. Now, I just mentioned about Miss Seeley, right? Okay. Let me show you what a lot of y'all missed, the prophetic part of that whole scene. What made Miss Seeley whole? Now, come on, y'all. Y'all my Color Purple folks. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what made Miss Seeley whole? Is that when that spirit Engulfed everybody in that church except for Miss Sealy. You know who else it touched? It touched Mr., the sinner, the abuser. He went to his chicken coop, got out his money and the paper from the immigration folks, and he helped Miss Sealy get her children back. And remember, earlier in the movie, she said, "You took my sister from me, the only person who would love me." So the most evil person, one of the evil men in her life, her father, the nasty abuser, was the first one. But here, Mr., the sinner, tried to make it right. And you know what he did? Because at the end of the movie, old, wrinkled, with a business and a big home, but empty because she didn't have her family. And when you see them, and that scene again, and I'm going to, yeah, you're going to go watch Color Purple after watching, so rock out with me. If you watch the scene when they're all standing on the steps, Oprah's there with her husband. So they're back together. Did you notice that? And they're all standing there and they're watching and blowing in the wind the regalia of the African colors is Nettie and her niece and her nephew. And when Celia is running through that field to get the Nettie, she almost cannot believe that Nettie is here. They're both older. The children are grown. And the reason why that's so memorable for us is because it touches our spirit, touches our soul. But I don't want you to miss this. It was a sinner. It was one of the nastiest people in the movie who helped put that into motion and make it right. Now, that doesn't exonerate everything that he did. Not at all. But in the moment, in that moment of spiritual height, of that spiritual moment, God is trying to tell you something. We were so focused on the church that we didn't watch how the Spirit moved Mr. So for some of us, having been Mr. myself in some capacities, I know what that feels like when that moment comes, when you have an opportunity to do right. Some of you miss that moment because you don't see it. You're focused on someone else. So when you look at that Suge Avery scene, you see Miss Sealy's pain, but you don't see Mr. Now, I don't know who needed to hear that this morning. I don't know what prophetic word that you can take from that. But when I watch movies, I see things a little bit different. That's why I bring it to the table. That's why I try to help. So I'm going to end this right there. I'm a little over my time. I didn't want to go more than 30 minutes. So again, I want to say thank you. If you need to get on a call with me, hit my inbox. I'll send you the information that you need. If you believe that you're ready to start regular counseling, let's go. I'm here for it. This is what I do. I don't work for nobody else. I work for myself. I don't have a boss other than God. I'm here to help. And if you don't have these services in your church, or you would like to have me talk to your church because you'd like your church to help pay for some of this, this is what I do. Reach out. Let's do that too. I'll get on a call with your pastor. I'm not scared. Let's go. Either way, I'm here. So I'm going to get ready to go. I am Keith K.L. Belvin. Oh, before I go, let me give another shout out to our sponsor, Chef Danielle. Thank you for the sponsorship. So again, my New Yorkers, if you have any family in New York, call them, and I want you to go support Chef's Restaurant. If you're in New York right now, don't play yourself. Go check out our sister. We too often talk about, we don't have no black owned. Well, she's black owned, and she supports her own. She supports everybody. Let's keep her open. Go to her Instagram page at BK Chef Danielle. BK Chef Danielle, her Instagram page. Her kitchen, her soul food kitchen is Ethel N with an N, Annie Mae's Soul Food. Ethel and Annie Mae's Soul Food Kitchen. Ethel and Annie Mae's Soul Food Kitchen, 497 Albany Avenue, Crown Heights, New York. Let's support our own. And I want to thank you for taking the time out to listen to me. I pray that I've given you a good start to your day. I am Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist, award-winning author, educator. More importantly, I'm a man of God. And I say to you right now, don't suffer in silence. Bring me your pain. Bring me your problem. And together we can fix this. I honestly believe that. Have a wonderful day, guys. God bless. Remember to like this, share this, tag 3 people. Somebody in your circle needs to know who I am through you, and I'll help them. But I cannot do it alone. Just let me know when you're ready. I'm here. All right? Have a great day, guys. God bless. I got some work to do. I do have a couple of calls today. Take it easy.